The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
Yet another overtime game for the Wisconsin Badgers. They've now played in 3 straight. That, by the way, is a school record. We'll look back at Thursday's game up in Minneapolis against the Minnesota Golden Gophers. We'll sit down with head coach Bo Ryan. His team's still in the mix in this wild and crazy season of Big Ten basketball. It's all coming up on the Badger Sports Report.
Shot left side off the iron, no good. Ingram the rebound, knocked away Bergeron, and it's picked out of the air by Ryan Evans in the right corner. Evans tossing out of trouble to Ben Brust outside right, deep 3, right side, book it. Ben Brust, unlimited range, and it's 15-9 Wisconsin, 7:05 left in the half. Trayvon Jackson hands off to Ben Brust. Left sideline of the front court, brings it up top, wide open, Kaminsky low on the right, and he sends it down. Frank Kaminsky all alone in the lane with the stuff. 22-12 Wisconsin, 3:45 left in the half. They'll send it to Jackson right of the lane. Trey baseline right, takes it into the paint. Pivots mid-post right, toss out Brust, long 3, straight on, straight in. Ben Brust his second 3-point hit. 28-24 Wisconsin, a minute 20 into the second half. They'll hand off to Austin Hollins. Glides the dribble to the top around a Watt. Rodney Williams screen and roll. Williams low on the left. Shot blocked inside by Bruzewicz. Tosses the Brust top side. Rotates to Jackson. Feeds Decker baseline right. Coleman falls down. A throw to Jackson. Rotates Brust. Long 3. Left side. Book. Ben Brust knew it when he stroked it. 31-26 Wisconsin. Bruzewicz knocked it out to Decker, left of the circle, snaps off a 3, book it. Sam Decker, they left him open, drills another triple. 43-41 Wisconsin with 8 minutes and 50 seconds to play. Jackson right sideline with 7, above the 3-point arc, hard screen, Bergeron with 5. Jackson at the foul line, shot fake, leans in, jumper up, bricked it, rebound Mbakwe, guns it down the floor, no good. And for the 3rd straight game, the Badgers are headed to overtime.
Down the lane, right hand, slam dunk, Sam Decker.
Wide open 3, left wing splash, jumper away, left side, got it, to the rim, slam dunk. Rotates for Marshall, 3-ball right pocket, got it. He's it for Bergeron, down the lane, 2-hand throw down for Bergeron. Losing the 3 straight on, and straight in. Rise baseline to the rim on the reverse, it's good.
That's still the roll.
The Badger Sports Report with Bo Ryan is brought to you by Zimbrick Buick GMC, Coca-Cola, Charter Communications, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, Adidas, and UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Your business is at a crossroads. The phone company wants to convince you their outdated T1 and DSL internet can get the job done. But the truth is, Charter Business Internet is over 15 times faster than DSL. So don't settle for phone company status quo. Take the smarter road. Charter Business. Can your business afford not to switch? Call or go online today and get the fastest business internet for the price.
When you buy Wisconsin dairy products, your hard-earned dollar brings you more than just the quality and great taste you know and love. It supports the dairy industry, which in turn reinvests that money back into your community, resulting in better public services, abundant recreation opportunities, and a beautiful place to call home. In all, dairy contributes $26.5 billion to Wisconsin's economy and eventually comes back to benefit you. To learn more, visit youtube.com/dairyimpactwisconsin.
The buzzer beaters, the high school tournaments, the conference titles, truly the court of champions. Parker Street Productions LLC has acquired pieces of the basketball court used at the Kohl Center from 1998 until 2008, now making them available to you. 61 teams walked off this court with a trophy. Now you can take home your own trophy, a piece of history. Log on to courtofchampions.com today.
What light does gets in your head. You can't avoid it. You can't escape it. Because what light does weighs on you. Do what light does in the 7.9-ounce Audi 05 Star.
Wide of the circle is Trayvon. Trying to probe that Minnesota defense, and now he'll retreat, dribble between the circles. Bounce pass to Bruzewicz. Wide of the wheel, guns it inside. Decker catches. Low on the right, up, in, it counts, and a foul. Sam Decker inside with an and one. Foul called on Dre Hollins of Minnesota. On the push, off the left wing, in the lane, hangs in the air, gets it to Jackson, baseline right. Whips it to Bruzewicz left side, blows off the wing. Bruzewicz in the lane, up right hand, good off the glass. Bruzewicz on the attack. 20-12, Wisconsin with 4:20 left till halftime.
As I mentioned at the top, Wisconsin now has played in a school record 3 straight overtime games. I know you like history. I don't know if that's a record that you were giving a whole lot of thought to, but my goodness, speaks once again or reinforces how competitive this league is night in and night out.
I think that's the biggest statement that it makes is how each road trip or home game can come down to the last few possessions. And, you know, of the 3, we were able to get 2 of them. And, you know, it's not always going to play out the way you would like. You still have to make plays. You still have to take care of business. And for the most part, though, I liked how hard the guys play in all those games. Defensively, rebounding, loose balls. I was really proud of how hard our guys played. But execution-wise, you know, we're still a little raw in some areas, or not where we would like to be. So we've got to shore up those spots on the offensive end and just try to keep getting better and better as we get towards the Big Ten tournament.
Well, the rebounding numbers really pop out, at least I think they should to fans, because Minnesota has the best rebounding margin in the Big Ten. And in both games, you guys not only held your own, you actually held the edge on the glass. That speaks to that.
Yeah, that says a lot, because we're not as long, we're not as athletic getting off the floor, but our guys positioned well, and we're able to get a lot of extra chances. Unfortunately, when you shoot the percentage that we did, we needed even more offensive rebounds, even though we did out-rebound them. It still would have been nice to get a couple more, and it just shows they're still working at it.
Yeah, and credit certainly to Minnesota. You guys, as we have said many times, you'll have your teaching clips for your guys, but the Gophers had to have been doing a few things right, as your guys were doing things right against Michigan in one that went your way.
Well, very, very true. You know, and there's something to be said about what it does for building, you know, either confidence or uncertainty in some players who have to overcome that and then, you know, fight through it and come out on the other side, as they say. And, you know, there's a lot of things that we can learn from all 3 of these overtime games in a row.
I always think of the emotions of sport and your emphasis on next, and never has that seemed to be more true than what we have seen with your team here in the last week and a half of you know, the memorable shot from Ben Brust, or shots plural, to a tough one the other night. But got to stay as way as best you can, right?
Yeah, you got to stay even keeled, because there are going to be some games where you just we had a couple players really struggle against Minnesota, but we had some players that have done really well. And in some areas you might struggle, in other areas, but that's basketball. I look at players on the other teams and look at some of their shooting percentages, or defensively where they gave up something easy. Of course they're not trying to do that, but sometimes the offense just makes a better play than the defense. Sometimes the defense makes a better play than the offense. And the one thing I do like against Michigan, is our guys listen. You know, we had that last defensive stand, and our guys were told to foul on the bounce, meaning any dribble that's going to the rim. Michigan never went to the rim. They stayed on the perimeter, so our guys did what they were told and did it well. And you know, one of their players makes a tough shot. We got to get the timeout. We got to get over, and then we got to try to see if we can't answer that. Now, how many times is that going to happen? It doesn't happen very often, but at least it makes people believe that you have to have a plan. And our plan was definitely, we weren't going to foul because we found out what that was like when we beat Michigan 2 years before, when they foul to get to 6, and then we hit a 3 at the buzzer. So you can still score off, in case people didn't know, and I had to remind some people, you can score off an end line or sideline out of bounds.
It still counts?
That fouling, that fouling doesn't win the game for you, because the other team is still going to get the ball in. And you know what? There are some teams that run great side out of bounds or end line out of bounds, and they would rather do that than run a play with the ball with the defense set.
Right.
Facing the offense.
Well, it's interesting as that was all unfolding. You know, Mike Lucas and I have been around you now for 12. This is your 12th year here. We really weren't thinking anything of it. We thought, wow. We said Mike Bruzewicz did everything right there. The kid made a great shot. And then, but it's the big, I guess it's the big topic these days in college basketball. Do you foul or not foul? The topic threw me a little bit.
Yeah, they made that in 2013, the one to really harp on.
Yeah.
So the announcers, they're spoon-fed that, and they got to make a big deal out of it. And all you have to do is look at some history, and it'll definitely be proven that fouling doesn't guarantee you a victory.
Right.
Not fouling doesn't guarantee you a victory, but you have to play according to what you've practiced and how you've played. So I guarantee you, if Michigan would have drove on that last possession, they'd have had to take the ball out again.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it doesn't mean they couldn't have scored on the inbounds, or if we fouled them 3 or 4 times.
You know, you brought up that the Michigan game of 2 years ago, and different circumstances, but it was a perfect pass from Mike Bruzewicz to set up Ben Brust. 2 years ago, it was a heck of a pass by Jordan Taylor out of a double team to set up Gosser. Right?
And plus, what people forget is Jordan Taylor actually drew a shooting foul on one of their intentional, when they reached in, Jordan Taylor, very cagey, went up into a shot, and hopefully you have some footage of that people can see it and see how the end of that game played out, and then people understand that, you know, those Badger defenders out there hadn't forgotten anything. They were playing pretty hard on Hardaway. And he just made an unbelievable shot.
Yeah.
But thank goodness we had one more opportunity.
Yeah, I guess when you watch enough basketball, different coaches have different philosophies on how to do things, and as long as we've known you, you've been very true to yours. As you say, you coach your team, you don't coach anybody else's team. The statistics, Ken Pomeroy, the big stat guru of college basketball, would tell you that both ways can work, but there are a lot more instances of ways along what the Badgers do. Make a tough shot, unless they're going north-south and beating you off the dribble.
Unless they're getting you off the dribble. Because if the ball's on the floor being dribbled, it's not a shooting foul.
Yeah.
It's really difficult if you reach in on a guy that all of a sudden pulls up and goes for a shot, and we've seen it happen.
You know, if nothing else, it has people talking about college basketball, though. The debate, right? It could maybe be humorous, annoying, or all of the above, but they're talking about college basketball.
But you're right. You said it was 6-1. That
in the Pomeroy piece, yes.
6 coaches choose not to foul,
and
1 coach does, and the winning percentage for the 2 groupings is about the same.
About the same. Bigger sample size, slightly larger, much
do what
bigger.
you practice.
Absolutely, and your guys did, and did rather well, as a matter of fact. Coach will rejoin us in a few minutes as the Badger Sports Report continues.
Where others saw lumber, we recognized a treasure. Where others saw the night, we chose the stars. Where others saw pieces, we unlocked the puzzle that could mean the end of paralysis and cancer. Since 1848, thinkers and achievers at Wisconsin have fearlessly sought ideas that transform the world. Keep on, Wisconsin. Keep on.
Brust baseline left, finds Berger down the lane, wants to punch it, missed it, rebound. Evans low on the left, layup good. Evans following the missed dunk attempt from Bergeron. 33-30 Wisconsin with 14:40 to play. Driving left of the lane, caught underneath, bounce out Bergeron, feeds Brust, fakes the three, thought about it, dribble drive, kick out Decker for three in the lead left side, he hit it. Sam Decker from deep. 40-39 Wisconsin with 9:48 to play. Brust picked up the dribble in the center circle. Now Jackson for Bruzewicz. Right side three. Back rim, no. Rebound in Backway. 27 seconds left. Badgers up 2. Here's Austin Hollins right of the rim. Throws it up. No. George called as Bruzewicz takes the hit for Wisconsin with 22.6 seconds to play. An offensive foul is called on Austin Hollins of Minnesota.
Pass to Brust across half court. He'll hoist one up. He hit it! Ben Brust for three! Let's play 5 more minutes in Madison!
If you missed an episode of the Badgers Sports Report or just want to see it again, catch the entire season online at badgersportsreport.com. New episodes are available every Wednesday. View the show schedule and email us your questions to be chosen as the Great Dane Great Question of the Week.
Loose. Bergeron on the dribble to the line. Down the lane, spikes it through, count it, and a foul!
You can also stay up to date with the show on Facebook as well as Twitter. Catch game highlights, show previews, and behind-the-scenes snapshots by liking the Badger Sports Report page on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Badger Sports RPT.
And it's a madhouse in Madison!
Get involved with the show as you follow your favorite team.
These are the heavyweights, the visionaries, the A-listers. These are the people inventing the technologies and establishing the protocols for treatments that don't yet exist. This is who you turn to when no one else seems to have the answer. These are the world-class physicians, researchers, and healthcare professionals at UW Health and the University of Wisconsin. UW Health. Remarkable.
I know something about winning championships, and at Zimbrick Buick and GMC, you have one. Zimbrick Buick's tradition of customer care dates back to 1965.
And Zimbrick continues to provide each of our customers with high-quality personal service you can rely on.
I'm part of the Zimbrick Buick and GMC team, and you should be too.
What light does gets in your head. You can't avoid it. You can't escape it. Because what light does weighs on you. Do what light does in the 7.9-ounce Audi 05 Star.
When you buy Wisconsin dairy products, your hard-earned dollar brings you more than just the quality and great taste you know and love. It supports the dairy industry, which in turn reinvests that money back into your community, resulting in better public services, abundant recreation opportunities, and a beautiful place to call home. In all, dairy contributes $26.5 billion to Wisconsin's economy and eventually comes back to benefit you. To learn more, visit youtube.com/dairyimpactwisconsin.
Walker is on Frank. He will give it up to Ryan Evans on the left side. Now Walker picks up Evans. Bounces it for Kaminsky. Back out to Evans. Left foul on extended jumper is good. Evans with his first points. 24-14 Wisconsin. 2:45 left in the half. Trayvon to the front court with 7.5 minutes to play. Tied at 43. Jackson on the drive, right of the lane to the rim, up right hand, good off the glass. Jackson with 7. Bergeron throwing to Bruzewicz at the point, rotates left side for Brust, 15 to shoot. Ben to the top of the circle, now right of the circle, inside the three-point line, jumper in the air is good. Ben Brust with his first bucket from inside the arc, 47-43 Wisconsin, 6:05 to play.
Think About It, brought to you by Charter Communications.
It's either Ryan or Mike. Those two are kind of all about the haircuts, so either those two, one of those two's got to win.
Who thinks they have the best hair is Mike, but I'll go with Frank. Frank got good hair.
Well, I mean, most people think Mike has the best hair on the team just because of the curls. I mean, that's his trademark look, but I'm going to have to still give it to Ryan with the high top fade. It's him.
I would say Ryan Evans. He has a flat top, so everybody enjoys that.
It depends if Frank is sweating or not, because he gets that little flip up in the front, and then it gives him the whole alfalfa element. So I'd say that he'd have the best hair on the team.
I would say Mike Bruzewicz. I don't necessarily know if it's the best, but it's definitely unique, so I guess I'll give it to Mike.
I'm going to go with Zach Bohannon, because he's got that kind of presidential look to him now with his comb over.
Well, considering about 80% of us have buzz cuts, I don't know, that leaves you Zebo, Ryan, and Douye. I think I'm going to go with Zebo. I like his presidential look he's got going.
Definitely Zach Bohannon. The funniest part was when we had our last away game, somebody in the crowd yelled at him, "You're 19 years old and you have a comb over." So I think definitely that takes the cake.
The best hair on the team is definitely not Mike Bruzewicz. I'm going to go with Zebo. He's got the nice, clean little comb over. It's a good look for him.
Lately, I think Zach Bohannon has the best hair on the team. It's a bit of a surprise between Ryan Evans and Mike Bruzewicz being on the team, but Zach Bohannon's got a classy comb over. He wants to be a president one day, and I think the comb over definitely is a good look for him.
I know something about winning championships, and at Zimbrick Buick and GMC, you have one. Zimbrick Buick's tradition of customer care dates back to 1965.
And Zimbrick continues to provide each of our customers with high-quality personal service you can rely on.
I'm part of the Zimbrick Buick and GMC team, and you should be too.
Who needs this modern world? I can live just fine out here without the road rage and boy bands. Of course, I might miss my Charter HD with football on ESPN and Walking Dead on AMC. Just ESPN, AMC, Shark Week on Discovery HD, and Comedy Central HD. But that's it. Except for HBO HD.
Charter now has over 100 HD channels and more brilliant HD shows on demand than ever. Get Charter HD for only $29.99 a month when you bundle.
We are not magicians or superheroes. We have no special powers or magic wands. We cannot pull rabbits out of our hats or make things disappear. We are not magicians, but some days we do perform a little magic. We are the world-class physicians, researchers, and healthcare professionals at the American Family Children's Hospital at the University of Wisconsin. UW Health. Remarkable.
The Badger Sports Report with Bo Ryan is brought to you by Zimbrick Buick GMC, Coca-Cola, Charter Communications, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, Adidas, and UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
This week's Great Day and Great Question of the Week comes from Henry up in Hudson, Wisconsin, a very observant person here. Noticed that John Lure and Greg Steamson were at your game up at Minnesota this past week. Henry wants to know, Bo, do you get a chance to catch up with many of the basketball alums during the year?
Probably if I would do Facebook or had Twitter or whatever. I don't, but I hear from everybody else. Either I get texts or the assistant coaches keep me informed. The players know that I'm always following, and that I'm always cheering for him. And I tried to put Lure and Steamsman in during the Minnesota game, but they weren't in uniform, so
no luck.
The official would not allow them in. Could have used them, but no, they're doing well. I got a chance to talk to them a little bit after the game. Certainly would have liked to have had one on the left-hand side while they were there, but that doesn't always happen.
Boy, how about to see John? He's experiencing the life in the NBA. Greg Steamsman, you talk about a guy who has really fought through and making some things happen with the Timberwolves. It's fun to see, isn't it?
It is, and he's doing the same things he did for us.
Yeah.
It's not like he had to change. And I don't mean getting technicals, because
Gotcha.
he didn't get technicals.
Probably a bad call.
I think maybe once. But yeah, he loves the game. He loves banging. He loves being a part of the action. And John's been moved around a little bit, but hopefully he can get his teeth sunk into something solid here and get into a rotation and get going.
Absolutely.
So he can keep developing his career, because he is kind of a late bloomer still.
Oh yeah,
John
I
Moore.
think he has a lot to offer to the NBA team that really gives him that legitimate opportunity. Henry, we thank you for your question. The Great Dane with 4 locations in Madison on the east side of town, downtown, Fitchburg, as well as Hilldale. Hilldale, of course, the site for Coach Ryan's radio show Monday nights at 7 o'clock. And remember, there's a Great Dane up in Wausau as well. Badgers hitting the road a Wednesday night game down in Evanston against the Northwestern Wildcats. Up, down, depending on where you're viewing. It's in Evanston against Northwestern, and then a bye weekend, and then in the stretch run of the Big Ten Conference. Join us next week as we recap the games with Ohio State as well as Northwestern. Thanks for watching.
Hi, this is Bo Ryan, inviting you to join the Badger Basketball Booster Club. As a member of the Booster Club, you will have the opportunity to participate in a variety of great events, including pregame talks, golf outings, and an away game bus trip. The Boosters have always played a key role in the success of our basketball program. For additional information on joining the club, please call 608-265-6161. There is no better way to show your support for our student athletes than to join the Badger Basketball Boosters.
The Learfield Sports Directors Cup is the crowning achievement in college athletics, awarded annually to the nation's best overall program in each division, both women's and men's sports. Celebrating its 20th anniversary, the Learfield Sports Directors Cup proudly honors exceptional student athletes and their schools. To follow your favorite team, visit thedirectorscup.com. Look for standings regularly in USA Today, or follow the Learfield Sports Directors Cup on Twitter or Facebook. The Learfield Sports Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Where others saw limits, we found a key to feeding a hungry planet. Where others thought big, we proved the power of small. Where others saw a frozen desert, we discovered a lens into the heart of the universe. Since 1848, thinkers and achievers at Wisconsin have fearlessly sought ideas that transform the world. Keep on, Wisconsin. Keep on.